If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know that we're not exactly cruise people. Usually we're moving as fast as we can, changing cities, sometimes even countries every 4 or 5 days. It's a rare moment to find us doing nothing. To be honest, I'm worried we don't even know how to relax anymore. But that's exactly why we decided to go on the 16-day cruise all the way from Alaska to Hawaii.
To be honest, 16 days is a really long time. We're also not that sure we like cruises, but this was such a good deal. Yeah. We had to see for ourselves.
Our millennial energy made us super skeptical of cruises. But if you're curious about what cruises are actually like, from the on-ship experiences, costs, port cities, food, and even the Wi-Fi, we got you covered. We just set sail from Vancouver. Here we go, day 3. So we are at our first port stop on this voyage. We're in Ketchikan, and if the map is any indication here, the only thing to do here is, buy jewelry. We're still really excited for it. We've been on the ship for, this is day 3?
Yeah.
Day 3.
I don't know how to exit the boat, honestly.
Joshua.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
It's often easy to forget just how big this cruise ship is, but when you're like standing next to it and there's nothing else around it,
It's like a skyscraper.
it's a skyscraper. It's so big.
Okay, so we're all piling into this brick building, and I kind of feel like they're about to sell us something. Huh. Okay, so far no one sold us anything, but...
Oh, right over there.
Good morning. Here we go.
So what we just saw back there was people selling the exact same tours that you could get on the boat, but all the tours were like at a minimum 50% less than the pre-booked shore excursions that you'd actually do on the boat. The only thing is you gotta like DIY them, right? You have to find them yourself and they might sell out.
We of course opted out of the tours and decided to just explore Ketchikan on our own. And what we found was mostly this.
I can't put this in the video for copyright reasons. I gotta say, jewelry stores was not the thing I was expecting.
Yeah, no. Boy, are there a lot of them.
And popular. I'm a little bit bummed out right now because this experience is kind of just herding of people into the souvenirs and the shops, which I think is understandable. It's part of the tourist industry, but gosh, I just feel like there has to be more to Ketchikan than just diamonds and souvenirs. So that eagle, the name, they think, the name Ketchikan is derived from thundering wings. Wings spread over. Ketchikan. This is not going in the video.
In our soggy sadness, we decided to stop for some drinks at the only place that had Wi-Fi.
Just gotta get our video uploaded. The Wi-Fi on the boat is so slow. Hey, we got a video uploaded! Just really hoping that like the rest of our stops that we have on this thing are just a little more to them.
Home sweet home.
You're a YouTuber?
Yes. Okay, so our first day at port didn't feel so exciting, but we were headed to the capital of Alaska next. We had high hopes.
It's cold.
So the thing about this cruise ship is that absolutely nobody is up before 8, sometimes even 9 a.m. So that means that you get basically the whole boat to yourself before that time, which includes the best hot tub on the boat, which is all the way in the back for the sunrise. Coming soon.
Our second day off of the ship, we have made it to Juneau, Alaska.
Yesterday didn't go quite as we had hoped.
So this is our second attempt
Yeah.
to do laundry, to find good Wi-Fi, and to do some sightseeing.
Yeah, and just look how beautiful it is. Like, wow. It's only like a mile into town. We're just gonna walk it. I don't know. Google Maps says 45 minutes.
It is good to know that so far, 2 out of 2 ports that we've been at, they've had complimentary shuttles.
Juneau was absolutely beautiful, but we had other pressing things to do.
Laundry has been a surprisingly big problem. Not so much the washing of it, we can do that in the room, but drying it. There's just no way to dry your own clothes.
I don't know what happened today, but it's 6 p.m.
We were getting really worried that that's all this experience was going to be for us. But then,
There's a a lot of excitement on the ship today, and there are a lot of announcements because today we're cruising through Glacier Bay National Park. There are even national park rangers on the boat today.
Rangers Steve and Haley will be at our park ranger information desk in the Spinnaker Lounge on deck 12.
Wow. Look at over there.
This right here was the moment we finally started to enjoy this thing. What do you think?
Oh, this is amazing. This is the Alaska cruise I was thinking about. This is beautiful. Are you learning a lot?
To be honest, I'm just looking. I'm not listening to anything the guy's saying. It's just, wow. There are apparently over 1,000 glaciers in this park, and it covers over 25% of the total square age of this park, which is huge. This park is massive.
What do you think?
It's amazing. Maybe the most beautiful place I've ever been. I mean, and how else would you get out here? Just glaciers everywhere, all the way around, surrounding you the entire way. You're just sailing into these little baby iceberg chunks, kind of like coming up and bonking off the side of the boat. It's just, this is what I hope for. Oh, they got hot chocolate and hot tea. Yes.
Thank you.
It's right here.
What do you think?
I feel a little bit dumb, but I'm glad I was proven wrong. I had this idea coming into this cruise that I wasn't going to enjoy cruises. And it's times like this, beautiful scenery and nature like this, that proves me wrong, and I don't want to forget it. I don't want to take it for granted. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
You can cry.
When my mom and my dad used to go on cruises, you know, they would ask us if we wanted to go, and then I said, no, cruises aren't for me, and I look back and I regret not going with them because I would have loved to share this with them too. It's just so incredible. I would have loved, I want to see their reactions. I want to know what they felt seeing all of this. It's so cool how awesome the staff is here. They take good care of us. They've got hot coffee, hot chocolate, and we're just cruising. Like, I think we're stopped or very slowly stopped so people can just hang out and really enjoy the scenery. Can't wait to get some warm soup.
So this is the Garden Cafe. This is the main buffet. In fact, I think the only buffet on the entire boat. This is the more like chill, relaxed zone, and this has honestly become our favorite place to come here and just put our laptops out and work all day. Also, I think, has the best view out of any of the restaurants anywhere on the boat. And there's just kind of like food and unlimited tea and coffee here all the time. It's just a really great co-working space. The only problem is literally nowhere to plug in anywhere. They're grilling salmon outside today. It smells so good. Here you go.
Oh my god. Best salmon I've had in a really long time.
Fresh off our pretty perfect day cruising through Glacier Bay, we felt like we were starting to get the hang of this. We were even starting to build some routines. I start out every single morning by going outside and going for a run. They have this tiny little running track that gets super windy, but it is the only place to actually like run not on a treadmill. I've been trying to get Lisa out here to run with me for the past couple of days, but honestly, it's a bit of a hard sell.
Meanwhile, I like to stay in the comforts of the warm gym and enjoy the view.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hot tub?
Yeah. We got a little sun. Kind of. And now begins our very soggy migration back to the room.
This is such a nice way to start up the day. It's just hopping in the hot tub and then squish all the way back. Oh man.
Time for breakfast. So this is Windows, and you can see why. And everyone here is just so friendly. This is our favorite restaurant to come to for all meals. Their breakfast selection is really great. You can order as much as you want, which is very, very nice and very, very dangerous. So healthy.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is awesome. Maybe the best cereal. Maybe the best cereal.
This looks and smells incredible. Eggs and chile con carne on it. Not your typical huevos rancheros, but I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Just a drill.
After our morning routine, we were actually looking forward to seeing this port city.
The weather is misty and cool and brisk, and there's fog rolling through the mountains. There's trees everywhere. Icy Strait Point is very, very beautiful. So pretty. So as soon as we get off, we are met with trams, and I see people zip lining. It's very different from the other places because I haven't seen a jewelry store just yet. And here, I think we found our first free thing. Maybe it goes to the jewelry stores.
Bet it does. I do love me a good gondola.
Yay! We've never done a free gondola before. I'm actually floored that this is free. It's pretty nice. There's trees and a well-marked path, and it's all along the water. I'm so far loving Icy Strait Point the most.
We got to learn a little bit about the history and didn't even mind all the gift shops. Then we went in search of, yeah, you guessed it. This is the only place that we've stopped at any of the ports that has free Wi-Fi. There's so many people here and there's a ton more inside.
So, yep, wine and work time.
What are you doing? Several hours had passed of us working in the coldest and most scenic co-working space, but at least we made a new work friend.
She's needing me. I got to be She found us right when we needed her.
It was a super nice walk. This is such a beautiful, calm place. Not much to do here, but like, that's fine. You just kind of wander around in the woods like we did.
So pretty,
Yeah,
along the
it's
seawalk
beautiful.
with the mist coming in.
This day turned out to be a really good day. It truly felt like we were starting to figure out how we fit into cruise life.
At the dock for a prolonged time.
Then,
So
this announcement
that's why
came.
we cancel it. And tomorrow afternoon, it is forecasted for a front coming in with very strong winds. Forces of nature is not ours to command. We just have to deal with them as they are presented to us.
6 days
Of
at
course,
sea.
this is something that it's not planned, it's something that presented.
Today feels particularly challenging because the waters are really, really rough today. Running on the treadmill is like going back and forth and back and forth. And I'm almost dropping the weights because we're swaying so much.
Wow.
Makes me a little nervous.
It's pretty scary out there right now.
We spent all day cooped up, just rocking back and forth. It was so gross. I didn't think it was gonna get this wild.
This is how you know it's going to be a rough day at sea, when they bring out the parfaits. Days 3 and 4 of the crossing were the worst. It felt at times like the boat was just going to tip over. Despite our best efforts to keep at our routines, we just couldn't.
You want to work out here?
No?
So we just
6:37 a.m.
stopped.
And the weather for tomorrow is more or less the same as now. We have overcast skies, a little bit less wind.
It turns out a couple of days of doing nothing but sitting in our rooms, disconnected with all of our thoughts, was exactly the thing that we needed to do.
Sun. We're leaving behind Alaska over there, and we're heading for Hawaii over here.
We had been trying to force this cruise to be something that it's not, and had totally ignored the whole reason we came on this thing in the first place. I know it might sound odd, but almost 3 straight years of travel had taken its toll in a lot of ways, both expected and unexpected. We needed to slow down. The cruise was perfect for that. We started embracing the events that were just thinly veiled gambling.
She took the deal for $47. I wouldn't have done the same.
And the overt gambling.
I won! 60 cents!
The slow Wi-Fi, the forced formality, all the weird cruise stuff, and just enjoyed it for what it was. And all of a sudden we started having a pretty great time.
Como está?
I mean, the sun coming out and the sea calming down, that definitely helped too.
This is definitely my favorite place on the whole ship to hang out, without a doubt. On the back of the ship, you can see the beautiful blue waters. It's actually a nice sunny day for the first time in like a week.
And the waters are finally calming.
I was even willing to get a little dressed up for dinner.
So unfortunately I have to get dressed up, which is one of my least favorite things to do, to be able to go to dinner here on this boat. And that involves getting a collared button-up shirt on.
And shoes.
And shoes, yeah, you know. Let's go.
I didn't really bring fancy clothes. This is all I got.
Hi there. Behold, the one button-up shirt.
We're back at our favorite restaurant. Everyone here is so friendly and the food is super good. Do I eat it with my hands or fork or knife? Screw it.
Your steak on your medium rare temperature, maybe your mashed potato.
Wow.
We're like pretending to be fancy, but we're super not fancy.
We rarely go on fancy dates, and whenever we go out to eat while we're traveling, we're always grabbing and going, and this kind of forces us to slow down and have a nice fancy meal. That's included. You wanted the lava cake?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
The lava cake,
we'll share.
no sharing.
This is a style of travel that truthfully, before we started, I didn't think that I would like. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but once we settled into it, it's a pretty great way to travel.
Time change notice. We're going back 1 hour tonight. Can't wait to read what's gonna happen. Well, looks like the same stuff tomorrow.
I just realized we haven't talked about the most important part of the cruise yet.
So every single day we have these incredible conversations with one or more members of the crew. And we learn a little bit more about what life is like working on a cruise ship. And I gotta say, it sounds both incredible and it sounds really isolating in a lot of ways, and it sounds super hard. They normally do 8-month on, 2-month off contracts, and then sleeping at night in a little dormitory where it's just like 2 bunk beds on each side with 4 people in your room. And they come here generally as a way to not only take care of their direct family, like their significant other and their kids, but also to take care of their parents. They're on a boat, non-stop, essentially fully disconnected from everyone that they knew back at home, just to be able to take care of their families. And all of them are friendly and lovely, super hardworking, and always really, really genuinely excited to see you and to chat with you.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to my vlog together with Mom.
I think for us, that's been the best part of every single day on this cruise. Everybody that we've talked to, all of the people who work here are genuinely incredible.
These guys are the best. They just took care of us for this entire meal. They were awesome.
There's a lot to like about going on a cruise, for sure.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. there's a Nintendo Switch Open Play.
As we reached our first stop in Hawaii, the air was noticeably warmer and the waves much calmer. It felt like there was a collective sigh of relief coming from the entire boat.
We made it to Maui.
Even the food was looking extra tasty.
Thank you very much.
People were singing, everyone just seemed happier.
So after 6 straight days at sea, we finally made it to our next port, Maui. Everybody, including us, is super excited to get off the boat and go and see Hawaii. This is our first port in Hawaii. The cruise ship is actually way too big to be able to be docked like directly in Maui, so they have to ferry us over there in these cool little red boats that we're about to hop on.
It was also so nice to see some old friends.
Alright, after only burning my hand 27 times, I've opened up this beautiful spam musubi. Oh, the amount of nostalgia.
Being back just felt right. We didn't even mind doing a little bit of work at probably the most beautiful public library there ever was. And of course, like most days in Hawaii, it ended with a rainbow. As we neared the end of the cruise, we started to realize we had done much of the first part of this cruise totally wrong, which makes sense now. We came into it with the expectations of a millennial.
Okay. Oh, this is really, really dark. It's gonna... I don't know. This is a good shot.
It turns out cruises can absolutely be for millennials, but they are far from catered to us.
Never thought I'd get to see it like this. I'm out here.
You don't really get a lot of chances to explore on your own, but that's not what it's meant for.
It's so magical here. Look at this. The ridges, the mountains.
Wow.
It's so pretty. What a way to end this cruise. It's magical. Magical.
This is our last night on the cruise, and I think part of us is gonna miss it for sure, but I also think we're ready to get off of this boat after 16 nights.
Everything smells like wet dog in here.
We got off the boat knowing why people take cruises, to relax. And then to take the guesswork out of travel, to allow people of all ages, groups, and abilities to travel, and the great, insane amounts of food, but most importantly, the awesome people. The cruise didn't indulge us in all the millennial things we wanted, especially in the internet department. But it was exactly what we needed. So, relaxed and recharged, it's time to head off on another adventure.